Are you live? Let me check and see. Take a couple of seconds and pop up. Can you see me yet? So just to make sure it,
It come up there.
you see it? I don't see it.
It can.
Wait, you hear? Everything's on normal?
Can.
Alright, cool. I open up.
Right. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Kadash. I'd like to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone Rule Well, who teach us this truth through the Spirit and power, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai. Peace and salutation to the Yakim Demodi, who pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Is the brethren from Trinidad camp, he coming to another edifying lesson to edify the elect and the outside Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. This lesson we're gonna do, it based on, Esau rule about to be expired, right? Because scriptures say in the second Ezra 9, verse 5, he said, for like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and had an end, and the end is manifest. So everything that had a beginning had an end from rulership. When you read Daniel's, the seventh chapter, it had, rulers from the beginning and the fall. Every kingdom that rise, it had an end. It didn't continue, right? But the Lord's kingdom we're gonna be established, right? It's gonna continue forever and ever, right? So verse 6, he said, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works and ending in effects and signs. And we're seeing that, the signs of Esau kingdom falling. The kingdom is being shaken by the words of Yahweh Basham Rishai, by the words of prophecy. The kingdom is being weakened. So we're seeing it. We seeing the MOTD, we seeing a famine, the rumors of wars. We seeing he rulership about to be expired. As the scripture say, the Lord had numbered his days. He had set his bounds that he cannot cross over. Right? And how we gonna be destroyed? How the Lord gonna take him? Take it against 2 Ezra 7, chapter 43.
Ezra chapter 7, verse 3. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
Yeah, the day of doom going to be the end at this time. This rulership here. Because everything had a beginning, it had an end. From all the rulers from back then, who the Lord set up to rule, it had an end. All these kingdoms. Go ahead.
And the beginning of the mortality for to come.
And the beginning of immortality for to come. Go ahead.
Wherein corruption is past.
Yeah, wherein corruption has passed. He saw the so-called white man defile this earth. He defiled this place. And that's why it's called, America, the border of wickedness. These were the established iniquity, the democracy. Right? These how the tongue, the city, based on lies and wickedness. And the Lord about to eradicate that. Corruption is past. Because this place filthy as hell, it is corruption. Watch what it is. Hey, men going after strange flesh. Men with men, women with women. Hey, corruption. Worshipping idols, all these things, a corruption. right? And it going and pass. The Lord gonna sweep it with the besom of destruction, right? Good.
Um, Second Ezra chapter 6, start at verse 7. Say, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand of man is between the heel and the hand. Other question is just as thou not, right? So it plain, Esau, right, which is the so-called white man, is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of the new world that follow it, right? That new heaven, that new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, right? So he who is in rulership today, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The so-called white man, Esau, the devil, is in rulership today. So that should tell you what times you living in. You're living in the end, because those that were set to rule in the end are ruling.
Yeah, who the Lord set up, the Lord appointed, he appointed men, to do this part, you are appointed another to do that part, and another, and he appoint his son that his kingdom gonna establish forever, which was done prophesied, from way back then, that he is gonna establish his throne, his kingdom, and it's gonna be forever, right? Yeah, Revelation 18, you know. The
I just
scripture said the day of doom gonna be the end. I saw captivity. I saw, a kingdom. You know. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter,
At it.
chapter 8,
Can.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning, famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her.
Can. When you watch the speed, what has come out from the destroying wind from the ICM, how fast it is moved. So imagine millions of missiles hitting in different locations. What that's gonna expand and move in that rage, in that fierceness. It's not a long time. Take going and take, a whole day within 1 hour. So that to show the amount of missiles gonna hit America, hit the border of wickedness. Right? It's gonna vaporize that place. Right?
Verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Yeah, all these other nations, that trade with America and prosper through she. They're gonna see the smoke coming out of America. The big apple, the so-called great city. They're gonna see smoke coming out of she. They're gonna and be surprised. What? That city are riches, the land of opportunity, the home of the free and the land of the brave, wherever they say, gonna be set on fire, it's gonna be smoke. Right? And these things gonna come to she because of her wickedness. Or evil. Right? So the day of doom gonna be the end of Esau kingdom. Right? As the brother read in 2nd Ezra 6, Jacob, he gonna have it after. Right? The beginning of immortality. Right? But this world was created for Israel's sake. We can get 2nd Ezra 7. Second Ezra 6. 2nd Ezra 6. Last
6.
verse.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse. Oh, was it?
Hmm.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 58. But we thy people whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten and thy firstborn lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
Yeah, how long that shall endure, is a time. The Lord send these nations against we, not to be, a laws over we forever, but for a period of time, right? When you read the things in Baruch, we are yet our day in our captivity, to serve for a time, you know, and that time, that time about to be expired, that time about to finish, right? Immortality to come, the kingdom of heaven to come, right? You get Wisdom of Solomon 3. Probably have in precepts, or I can bring all the precepts.
Yes, sir. All right. So like I just say, so I was talking about the day of doom. What is this calling bunkers? It's called the doomsday bunkers. You understand? So they know. You understand?
Can
And they try. Now I say in Revelation, they say, and and said unto the rocks and the cliffs, fall on us and hide us from the wrath of the Lamb, because they know. Say the Isaiah 14, I start from 1. You say, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. You say, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, which we are now. The scripture, as your brother just say, we are yet in this day in our captivity. You understand? We are their captives, and everything going on flip just now. They going to be our captives in our land, Abaratazah, right? And it say, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So in these scriptures tell us that we being oppressors of people. You say, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how had the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? Which is remarkably titled of the video. It says Esau's rule is about to expire. Just now, that is the power that's going to be taken up against them. You understand? How has their rulership ceased? This great city that was the shining beacon of hope that everybody want to flock to make something of itself, it's going to be brought to nothing. I say say verse 5, it said the Lord had broken the staff of the wicked, which they are, and the scepter of the rulers. It say he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hinder it. And that's what we're waiting for right now. We're waiting to see them face that persecution, and nobody will be able to deliver them from that. Right? Good.
can, yeah. As I say, the Revelation 11 verse 18, you see, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophet, and to the saints and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed which destroy the earth. And who destroy the earth? The so-called white man. Them corrupt everything. Everything that is what the Lord created that is good, they corrupt that. So the Lord gonna destroy them, right? By the reading Isaiah 14, that you're gonna have mercy on Jacob. right? And he's gonna choose them, as scripture say in Zechariah 2 verse 12, right? Start at verse verse 10. He says, "Sing and rejoice, O daughters of Zion." And another name for the children of Israel, go back, to Zion or Jerusalem, refer to the children of Israel, right? He says, "Sing and rejoice, O daughters of Zion, for lo, I come and I will dwell in the midst of thee, said the Lord." So the Lord always in the midst of Israel. The Lord said it, in the book of Joel 2:27. He's in the midst of Israel. He will be their power and none else, right? You see, and many nations shall be joined to the Lord in that day and shall be my people, right? As you read in Isaiah 14, the strangers shall be joined unto thee, the Israelite foreigners, right? Shall be my people, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, and thou shalt know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me unto thee. The Lord shall inherit Judah, his portion, in the Holy Land, and shall choose Jerusalem again. Right? This is how it was in the beginning. The Lord created the world for Israel's sake. Israel, as Israel was saying, why, why we do, possess our inheritance with the earth, with the earth. How long we had to endure this? We had to go through, the furnace, we had to go through the fire, we had to go through, a processing stage to become soldiers, to become men, to become judges, to become rulers. Is a process, a training stage, right? Like when you watch, the 300 Spartans, the male, they was training them to be soldiers from a young age, from birth, training them to be soldiers. And this is what the Lord, he training us to do, to be soldiers, to judge the nations. So they were just a processing stage that where we had to face. But when you read 2nd Ezra 7, I talk about, this Israel portion, they we had to go through. We had to go through this, and they were the Lord, he bring us, to this state, to become men.
The second Ezra chapter 4 verse 33. Then I answered and said, how and when shall these things come to pass? Wherefore are our years few and evil? And he answered me, saying, do not thou hasten above the Most Highest, for thy haste is in vain to be above him, but thou hast much exceeded. Did not the souls also of the righteous ask question of these things in their chambers, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion? When cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward? And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So basically what Ezra's the conversation that Ezra was having with Uriel, he was asking him, how long is Israel going to be in this state? How long are they going to continue to be oppressed? How long are we going to be at the bottom? The world was made for our sakes. Why are our enemies ruling over us? And the things that the righteous doing, why are we not receiving the rewards for it? Or the angel was trying to get him to explain that everything have a time. And now the time will come where the righteous will receive their reward. But in order for that to come, the wicked must first receive their judgment. And then the things of the righteous will be manifest. So everything have a time, right? Ecclesiastes, I think chapter 3, right? Everything have a time. And this time here, the end times, Jacob's travail is about to happen, and the end of Esau's kingdom. This is this time. But eventually, as we read in Isaiah 14, the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will choose Israel to have a time for that coming after this destruction. So there are a lot of people that say, I hear in the world going on end since I small. You understand? And my father tell me that, and look, nothing happened yet. It's because they don't understand the scriptures. When it's time for it to happen, it will happen. That is the scripture also said the Lord belongeth the issue from death. When it's time for a man to die, he is going to die on the day, the hour, the minute, the second it was ordained for him to die. It's not going to go a second before or a second after. That specific moment that was chosen by the Heavenly Father to take out that man, it's gonna be fulfilled. The word, the Lord, the words, the words of the Lord is faithful and true. You understand? But these people they can't receive that. So they might think the same way, like Rome. The Romans never thought that Rome would have fallen. You understand? You could not tell no Roman that Rome going and fall, right? That the pride these people have. You could not tell them Rome going and fall. I have a video game with they might was Rise Son of Rome. Every time they would go to war and the enemy seemed to be stronger than they would tell each other, why fear? We are Romans. You understand? We are Romans. Basically we unstoppable. There's none too great for us. And that the pride that they had in Rome. But where's Rome today? You understand? We know that America is the new Rome, but they fell. You understand? And the same way they fell, America, the new Rome, going to fall too. It's just a matter of time.
That's a matter of time, you know. Even Job did understand this and all too. It's a waiting, a waiting stage, a process, the Lord set up, the Lord at a beginning, he had a end, Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning, and Job understand that because when you read Job 1, Joel um is is Job 14 verse 14. He said, if a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. Right? So Job know that a change going and come. We ain't going and suffer, you know, for eternity. Right? As he say, though thy beginning was small, thy latter end shall greatly increase. Right? Thy latter end gonna greatly increase as we read, in second Ezra 7, the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of immortality to come. They did change what Job looking for. The immortality to come. Right? That one here there's Joel 1 verse 2. He say, hear this, ye old men, and give ear all ye inhabitants of the land. Had this been in your days, or even in the days of your fathers? Right? So things we seeing happening now, it wasn't happening back then. So we see, is that time frame the Lord set up, this is to happen now, days were going to happen. And the thing the Lord showed unto Moses, right? The Lord showed him the secrets at times, the end times, the beginning and the end times. He revealed it. What must be now and what should be hereafter, right? So we seeing that, we in the end time because the prophecy, it plain. So we know there's the end of Esau rulership, right? It shall speak plainly. And we seen it now.
Precept here.
Good.
Second Ezra chapter 4, start at verse 1. Say, and the angel that was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, gave me an answer, and said, thy heart had gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High? Then said I, yea, my Lord. And he answered me and said, I am sent to show thee three ways, and to set forth three similitudes before thee. Whereof if thou canst declare me one, I will show thee also the way that thou desirest to see, and I shall show thee from whence the wicked heart cometh. And I said, tell on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, go thy way, weigh me the weight of fire, or measure me the blast of the wind, or call me again the day which is past? Then answered I and said, What man is able to do that, that thou shouldest ask such things of me? And he said unto me, If I should ask thee how great dwellings are in the midst of the sea, or how many springs are in the beginning of the deep, or how many springs are above the firmament, or which are the outgoings of paradise, peradventure thou wouldest say unto me, I never went down into the deep, nor as yet into hell, neither did I ever climb up into heaven. Nevertheless, now have I asked thee but only of the fire and wind, and of the day wherethrough thou hast passed, and of the things from which thou canst not be separated, and yet canst thou give me no answer of them. Right? So basically, the angel basically as if he making mockery out of Esdras, because Esdras only questioning the Lord, and questioning, when Israel going on return to the stature and all these things. So the angel basically tell him, well, all right, if you think yourself to be equal to the Lord and you're questioning the Lord, then give me the weight of fire, then son, or tell me of the deepest depths, right? And give him things, questions that he cannot answer, showing that our minds are limited. You understand? We only have access to so much. The time will come, but only Yahweh know, right? Even Yahushua said that, no man know the hour but the Father. Only the Most High knows when he going and execute that judgment, right? They verse 25, it say, What will he then do unto his name whereby we are called? Of these things have I asked. Then answered he me and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasted fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. So he basically telling Ezra, hey, just hold on, right? Just calm down. Eventually, that time will come that this world, this unrighteous world, will come to an end. Because Yahweh is a righteous power. The Lord, a righteous power is not going to let unrighteousness dwell forever. That don't make any sense. So it's obviously this world was created for a time, but the world to come where dwelling righteousness would be established forever. You know?
As you say, can't comprehend the things the Lord have in store for the righteous. We could only,
Yeah.
right? So we can't, we can't comprehend, what the Lord have in store for we. We only could, try to picture or try to imagine, but hey, how great it's gonna be, you know, to just to rule over your enemies, so to live forever, to serve your power, in righteousness, to keep his ways, is a plus. To serve your Abba Shem Yahshua, to sit with your Lord, to drink that wine, you know, is a plus.
Happy, sir. Happy, sir,
Go
right?
ahead. Go ahead.
I'll read like second, just 15, right? I'll start from one, right? It say, Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, right? It say, and cause them to be written on paper, for they are faithful and true. It say, Fear not the imaginations against thee.
Nice chat, right?
It say, Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Which all these things that we just do and how to go through. We just speak the word of prophecy in the ears of our people, and we just also face incredulity from the people that we come out here to teach, right? But we're not supposed to fear them, right? Or be hindered or bothered by their lack of faith. Because scripture say what faith is a gift, and not everybody have it. So even though they could be watching you like a lunatic and talking about, oh, you mean UFOs taking up in the sky, alien invasion and making mockery and so forth. We're not supposed to we're not supposed to be dismayed by that, right? Because we know that these things will come to pass. Though it tarry. Right? It say verse 4, it say, For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. It say, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, which we see it right now. as the brother said before, the things that was in the times of our fathers compared to the things that are now, we never used to see these things back then. But we see it now. We see all these places scriptures talk about. We see in wars and rumors of wars, all these different things. Right? He said, Behold, the Lord, say the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And say, for wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So, right, it reaching the point where they actually reaching the brink of all the wickedness that they doing. You understand? So it's almost time for the Lord to come and just clean things up. The screen, the screen rotate, the screen itself rotate. Are there, man? Yeah, Mark. Yeah, like I was saying. You understand? That time frame done reach its peak already. So ready and truly is just for the Lord to come and clean things up. Right? Their iniquity, so to speak, has been fulfilled. And not only the iniquity of Esau, but of also all people that follow unto them. Right? That's hold on. Yeah. Of also all people that follow unto them. Right? Say verse 7 is say, Therefore, say the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they which they profanely committed to Sathya, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. I already go back in Revelations. We talk about the harlots, you know, with the blood of the saints, right? They just continuously slay the prophets. You understand? Slay Israel, right? He said, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Which goes back into Luke. They say, the sigh and cry for the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. And that is what it is we're waiting on. But in order for the Lord to do that, this kingdom must go down, right? This kingdom has to go down. That's fine. Right. He said, Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Which the scriptures say what spiritually this place is called Sodom and Egypt. A lot of times when you see the reference of Egypt, it's not talking about ancient Egypt, it's talking about modern day Babylon. This is another reference place, right? But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, which is not talking about the last Egypt, right? Talking about the modern day Egypt, which is Babylon, mystery Babylon, right? That is Egypt that going to be smote with plagues this time. Mighty hand, right, as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. And according to prophecy, when it is the Lord destroy Egypt, they say, going and be uninhabitable. They're going to be uninhabitable. They're going to be to the extent where only desert creatures going to actually be dwelling in that place. Let us show you how destroyed that place going to be. And according to prophecy and according to the signs, the scriptures say what through the signs and the times is how we just know when that time will be. And through those signs, we can see that that time is close. And that is what the men of the Lord waiting on for that recompense, for that reward, for that vengeance, right? Anyway, with that, we are talking about praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Yahweh, Chakadash, double honors to the apostles, and a lot of great millstone of the well. Peace and blessing to the acrimony will push this through to the four corners of the earth, right? As you can see, the time is close. You understand? Go study 20 and 30-year insurance plans and study to dwell in this place for a long period of time. Don't be in that spirit to conform yourself to this place because very soon the Lord is going to destroy it and everybody who is joined on it. Also be in that mindset to let this place go. If it's a follower of the Lord, you're supposed to done be in that mindset already. Because we done see in the development of the CHIP. And we know once that roll out, everything you have will be gone. So letting all these things go is supposed to done be a part of it. Anyway, with that to say, Shalom.